Still running, right? Good.
I'm Dale Ball, and today on Big Baller TV, myself, David Perez, would like to welcome back Lorenzo Neal.
What up?
Welcome back, Lorenzo.
This is not welcome back, Carter. It's Lorenzo. Welcome back, Lorenzo. Okay.
Welcome back, Lorenzo.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
I just want to know
it's
what.
been a while. I'm like looking at this beautiful building you guys have, and watching all the different excitement, that the buzz that's in the air, and all the people that are following, that are tuning in, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook Live, all the different things, the YouTube channel. Dale, you are making some moves, big baller, making some moves.
We're working on it.
Holla at your boy. Tell me how it's working out. And then you got your bodyguard here, local ex-law enforcement.
It would be okay if you didn't keep coming with the San Francisco stuff.
Whoa.
Can't get it.
I brought
Can't get it.
Boston Red Sox. Look at Boston, baby.
No,
Boston.
No.
You don't see no Dodger stuff up here.
Right. See
Yeah,
Boston.
there's a reason why they called them the Sox, because they weren't worthy of putting on the cleats.
Wow.
Whoa.
You know what the funny
too soon.
You know what the funny thing is that we had Babe Ruth before the Yankees. So therefore, if you like Babe Ruth, you got to be
But
a Boston
there's
fan.
only one problem. They had to rent them from the Orioles.
That's true. That's true. That is true. That is true. But it's okay.
But they weren't worthy enough to keep him.
No.
He had to step up, leave y'all behind, and show you, I'm leaving you the curse. I'm going to step up here 1919, 1921 here and set a record, 59 home runs, and remind you, should have kept me because y'all ain't nothing without me.
So
Just want to say that.
That's what happens when you go against Ball. Ball is a connoisseur and a just kind of a walking encyclopedia when it comes about sports, and whether it's baseball, football, hockey, marble throwing, underwater basketball, even Del Ball knows it all. So,
But I'll tell you what he doesn't know.
Okay,
He doesn't
but-
know how to bet because he bets on the Lions, and that's horrible bet. But it's okay because at the end of the year, when the Lions don't make the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be taking my money back. He's gonna be losing that one.
I like the underdog. And here's my underdog bet of the year. You ready for
Here
this?
we go.
I'm all ears.
Here comes my underdog bet of the year. It's coming from the baseball end. Right? You ready for this?
Okay. Let's hear it.
I don't think the Dodgers are actually going to make the playoffs this next year.
Well, I believe that.
And
And every year that they do make it, it doesn't matter because they lose anyway. Take out Kershaw. Yeah, that's a smart thing.
They need to get rid of him. At least in postseason.
Yeah.
He traded, in postseason.
Postseason, they gotta get him out.
Yeah, trading.
I think he gets nervous. You know, that's what it is. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll tell you what Trevor Carey said. Him and Dave must be in the hallway doing something they shouldn't be doing because they sure weren't making the right judgments after they left the hallway.
Wow.
That came from Trevor Carey off the. You gotta watch the clip of me and him up here together. That dude's a riot. We did a clip up here together after I went on the news. After I went on the radio with him.
Yeah.
And he got up here and started clowning Dave Roberts like there was no tomorrow. Called him a crackhead, pipehead, everything. I was like,
I think that Washington's just hot.
I think Washington's gonna repeat.
They're just you look
Yeah,
at them.
Washington's tough.
They're tough. They're battle tested. They got young, old guys. How about
The new rookie, the new guy.
You run out a guy that wanted all the money, and he got what he wanted. He got with the Phillies.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about.
Stay there, Bryce Harper.
Yep.
Stay where you're at.
You leave, and all of a sudden you bring in a young soul. And look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's absolutely raking. He's got the bravado. He's not afraid.
Nope.
He stares down
He's
pitchers.
hungry.
He's hungry. He's a hungry little lion. And then you got older guys. You got a good locker room. Those guys believe they can beat anyone.
And they're having fun.
They
That's
are.
what a lot of people, after leaving high school like we did, tend to forget about. My mom, even when we shoot pool now in the league, my mom's so serious. You can ask her. I mean, it's like crazy. They forget it's a game. Somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna lose. As long as you've done your best, you got to do. I mean, you're gonna come out ahead as long as you do your best.
I've always taught my boy that you're not always going to win, but you got to be good even when you lose. And that's how you do it in anything in life.
You can still win and lose at once.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that's cool about doing this is you get to put it out there and people get to see this. I mean, we wanted to say congratulations on your nomination for Hall of Fame.
Right now.
Thank you.
I'm voting, and all you people out there, vote Lorenzo because
break the seal with Low Neal. 2020. That's where we're going.
Make fullbacks great again.
I don't think you need to vote because here's the fact. If you got any sense in your head and you actually watched him play, big box head, you actually were the best blocking back in history the fight between you and John Riggins. The only thing that puts John Riggins there was they used him as a scoring person, an actual running back, and he was a beast. That was the problem I had with what I saw them do.
Well, Lorenzo got in the end zone too.
Even though they used you as a beast, knocking people out. What the hell did they forget about putting the ball in your hand? I watched you do it in high school. I watched you send people backwards under their feet. They forgot.
I think that when you look at the fullback position in general, it's a dying art. It's a dying breed. And the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, you know, Franco Harris, those guys, they were running backs. So the fullback position was looked at differently.
Yeah.
I think that if you look at now, you talk about guys like John Riggins. When you say John Riggins, you got to think about guys like Mike Allstott, Tom Rathman.
Yeah.
Those are guys that ran the ball. They were they were running fullbacks or running halfbacks. So people don't consider necessarily those guys was necessarily the fullback position, and that's why Mike scored more and did all this stuff. He's probably one of the best running fullbacks. You look at my guys that just blocked, the pure blockers, Sam Gash. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Moose Johnson.
Yeah,
Moose Johnson.
Definitely.
Those are guys that went after Corey Schlesinger, played for your team, the Detroit Lions, blocked for Barry Sanders. You look at those hard fullbacks, William Floyd for the 49ers. You look at Seattle Seahawks. When they were rolling hard, they had a guy, Max Strum, who was getting after it. So when you go through that, Vontae Leach, all those different guys, Fred McCurry, I know a lot of these guys that were true fullbacks, Mike Corney, that were guys that led the way. They were actually the hammer and not the nail. So those are the guys that there's a lost art in what we did compared to back in the day when you had guys that were pretty much running backs and not necessarily fullbacks. You're talking about the John Riggins, Larry Zonka, those guys that, they label them as full, but they were running backs. Mike Allstott.
They just had
they were running backs.
Exactly. So that's hopefully they'll understand that and be able to separate that. So when they start this process, they'll be able to separate and identify the different styles of fullbacks. And so I think you need a true blocking fullback in the Hall of Fame, and hopefully whether it's me or Larry Sinners or Moose Johnson or Sam Gash, those guys.
There's no if you're going to the Hall of
Fame. Yeah, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there.
You're going there.
You're gonna be there.
Checks in the mail, guys. Checks in the mail.
I don't even think it's a check in the mail. I think it's just the fact of sitting back and relaxing. You did things that other people have never done in football.
Well, I'll tell you,
not only were you somebody to watch on the field, but on a personal level, what you didn't know is I always watched what you did on the personal level. And you never let that money go to your head to where you thought you were too big to stop and talk with a kid. Even my own kid, she goes and sits on your lap in church sometimes. And that is one of the most things. It's not about the football part that I respect about you. It's the fact that the football and the way you did your career, you never forgot who God was. And you didn't walk alone with him. You made sure he carried you all across that line a lot of time.
Yeah,
and I respect the hell out of that about you.
Thank you. Football is definitely something that football is what I do. It's not who I am, and it doesn't define us. And so I'm happy, and I'm happy to be on the show. Happy to be on the Big Baller Show and seeing what's happening. Tell us about what's going on. We're gonna break in some stuff.
Well, one thing you missed one thing real quick. I gotta do this. I gotta say this real quick. Even though the 49ers are not my favorite team, certain players are. But I did talk to Anthony, our friend, on the phone not too long ago here. I don't know if he told you, and I'm expecting my tickets. He said they're coming. He said you can get them for me from him. He said not the Browns game on Monday night, though. He said it had to be after that. Anyways, but I am very impressed with the way the 49ers came together this year, since the way they've separated from the separation with Kaepernick and the way they lowered themselves down, got rid of a lot of the high dollar people, kept a few. But at the same time, they've rebuilt the team, even though they've got a great offense. Looking at them, I see a defensive beast going on in the middle of that line right now. I see them pushing people around that other teams aren't. See them opening the holes, hitting the proper holes where they're not just running off trying to juke like we were just talking about a minute ago. I see them actually playing football. And that's something a lot of the teams are forgetting about nowadays. They're going for the glory instead of getting down, dropping your head like a rhino and going through the middle. And right now, I bow down to say, I hope to see them go up to be able to play with Brady because we know he's probably going to repeat.
Brady will probably be there. Who knows?
But I think out of the football teams that I've seen right now going on, they're my surprise pick of who's going to stand in the Super Bowl this year. They really are. And I hate to say that, it's not my team, but I'm going to go to watch them now because I'm not a switchover from the Dolphins, and I'm not leaving the Lions behind either, but they're the team I want to watch right now because I love good football.
Yeah, and there's some teams in the NFC when you look at what the Green Bay Packers are doing.
Yeah.
You look at what the Saints are doing. Saints have a
Saints are
backup
doing it with a
quarterback.
backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback,
Yes, they
Teddy
are.
Bridgewater. Drew Brees, my boy's coming back here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Talk to him. He's told me he's coming back. You know, Tommy the GOAT, greatest of all time. Tommy Brady, you know, my boy, he's on a frenzy. He's tearing it up.
Yeah.
The guy's only gonna play maybe 1-2 more years and he's done.
I think it'll be
But-
done.
I'm curious to see if he moves back to my sister in Bakersfield or if he stays up where he's at. Curious to see that.
Yeah, Mo, she moved back. She moved down south. She's in LA now, so she's back to Bakersfield in LA, and so yeah, we definitely know the family very, very well. But I think the Niners are doing well, and I think that it starts with the defense.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicky Bosa, the rookie out of Ohio State.
Bosa.
Nick Bosa is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
If you look at the who else they have, DeForest Buckner,
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, had
Thomas.
10 sacks.
I'm
Ford.
surprised.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised to watch that quarterback right now. The way I've seen him play in years past and the way he's on right now, he's on right now.
Well,
He really is.
Well,
He's struggling.
Yeah,
He's struggling,
but for his career, in the way I've seen him perform in the past compared to now, I think he's performing at the top of his game right now.
And you got to give him a couple of years because he hasn't even played a full season yet.
right.
I know.
And he's barely gelling, but you know, you
watching
got
him through the college,
check,
and what
the
he did,
fullback,
he
our
was good,
fullback.
but not
He's
not
check.
yeah.
You're right. He's check, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm about the fullback. He's check. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
You
Go.
check.
There
I'm
we
giving
go.
you props, boy, because you know what? You're the man.
He is.
You catch the ball, you block,
He blocks his butt off.
you knock people over. I mean, and Kittle, you're the next Gronk, bro. Kittle, I'm saying it right now. You're going to be the next Gronkowski.
Hey, diddle, Kittle down the middle.
All right. So there's been a lot of requests for us to open different things on the show, and people have been asking again for these. Let me let you take a look at this, Lorenzo. These are little boxes that I picked up. Actually, I get a lot of these. People are surprised. I rake the Walmart's clearance bins and find these things, right? Well, I get surprised a lot of times when I find these, even though these are the ones we're hunting for Zion with. I've been surprised to find these in there. We actually found a Zion in the last box, even though it wasn't an auto. We're looking for that numbered auto because we get the numbered auto, we look at 80,000, 100,000 and up if it grades properly. So we're searching these boxes, and we can go ahead and let you open the first box. Go for it.
Yeah, these are pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
these are.
so 20s. So it's it's a little contender right here.
Mm-hmm.
Contender 20-pack draft picks. Okay.
Just blaster boxes. These are all retail. So what you find in retail, you may not find in the hobby. But the hobby has the more of the upper echelon. Of
We're looking for the college contenders ones, and they're very, very hard to get right now.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Very hard to get. You're not going to get them right now on the average because of they're so out of stock. All the breakers are busting them out.
Now, so tell me about this. I know it's I know these things is the the contenders 2019 draft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is these cards? What makes these cards unique? What makes them? What's good about these compared to these other cards?
The thing about these cards right here is last year Luka Doncic.
Uh-huh.
He took over all of basketball as far as collecting is concerned, right? But when Zion came with Duke, and you got R.J. Barrett and Morant and Kobe White.
Paul George.
No, not Paul George.
I like Paul George.
He's doing good right now. I mean, he's doing good.
Paul George.
he is good.
Fresno's fine. He's injured.
That's
He's
right.
not going to play for a while.
I'm not gonna put it down on Paul George. He's a beast. I'm waiting to see what he's gonna do
So
on
how
that
many?
year.
So how many's in a pack? Is it 6 to a pack? 1,
6,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs.
So there's so many cards in a pack. So 6 cards in a pack.
So
All
total.
right, we're searching for refractors, which are the
42
reflective ones they
total
get.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking for the ones that want.
One auto in a box. So basically, what you're looking for is a Zion for real, but you can get other rookies. And the thing about this with Zion is he's going to be the new Luka Doncic, and he's taking over everything. And guys like R.J. Barrett and Morant they're not going to be as
Desirable as
right because everybody's looking for Zion. But R.J. Barrett,
He's gonna be bald.
that's my guy.
Mhm.
I like R.J.
Knicks,
Barrett
right?
more.
Yeah, little
Knicks.
Knicks.
Knicks,
Both
number
those guys
one.
played on the same team.
Yeah.
And one's out for 8 weeks. Zion's gonna be out for 8
Zion's
weeks.
gonna be out.
So when you're opening these cards and you're letting the people that out there see this, so when we open this, So we're looking for the Zion. So if and when the Zion comes up, people can go right away and start bidding on it.
Yep.
So tell me
What they would do is
tell us what you guys are doing. Tell me so when I open this thing and we find the Zion here, what are the viewers out there? What are you hoping that when we find the Zion in here?
If we find the Zion,
Zion,
the
what-
first thing
going
we're
to
gonna
grading.
do is it's going to go out to either PSA, Beckett, or SGC and get put into its proper space. Go ahead and call him out there for him. He's going to read them out to what they
All right.
are.
So right here we have Joel Embiid, right? Joel Embiid, good one. And Marvin Bagley Jr. or the third, I'm sorry, for the Kings. And then Kevin Porter from the Hawks. You have Rui Muchimura, and he's going to be pretty good. They're talking about him. As a Kevin Miguel. And right here we have Oscar Robertson. Old, right? Vintage.
So when you're looking at out of those cards, is Oscar just going through that? If the listeners are out there looking and viewers, out of that stack right there, which one is probably the most valuable? Would it be Oscar? Was that safe to say, or what would you?
You know what? All these cards are base cards, so
These are-
they're going to be like
yeah.
$1.
Okay.
Maybe $1 something. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll get a foil card like this, and if it's numbered, it could be $5.
You know, like this next card right there behind it.
Which one?
This one right here, if it was somebody different. The double up.
Yeah, but even those would be
they're
a base
but
card.
If it had somebody really good on it, it'd be something worth at least sending out.
See, you missed all these.
No, I didn't. I handed it to you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So, I was blaming him already,
I
but it's
saw that.
okay. He
Figured you'd
blamed
enjoy reading that
blamed
one.
up there. But R.J. Barrett, just what we were talking about.
I
R.J.
figured you
Barrett.
enjoy reading it,
R.J.
so I handed
Barrett.
it to you.
That's a good card.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a $2 card, but you know
Yeah.
the thing about it is if you're a collector and you
We get the
it graded,
signature
get it
one on
now.
it, then it goes out.
like R.J. Barrett,
And we look for a number.
another one, good one,
Yep.
Cam Reddish,
Yep.
right from Duke, and then here we got Kawhi Leonard.
That's
Kawhi.
the one I like out of it.
Kawhi.
That one I like. That one.
Terminator.
I'd love to get one
Yep.
signed from him, but we found out that the cards themselves, if it's actually the card that gets signed, it drops in value.
Yeah,
I got a question for you. You might know the answer to this. I'm pretty sure.
You probably won't.
Pete told me that he's got Pete Rose, when I was out there with him, he told me he's got a contract. He can't sign his cards, his rookie cards anymore. Did they do that with you when you put your cards out? You can't sign the rookie card.
Well,
they were saying because it drops the value of the card.
It
It's only
does.
Yeah, so
signature. It ruins the card.
so he signs though. Pete does sign. If you especially at auctions or
Yeah.
something things that you're going to be doing. If he comes to it, if they have a rookie card, those are the stuff that he signed, but he's getting compensated. Pete doesn't really sign anything anymore for if he's not being compensated. So we understand that's how he makes his money. I saw him 2 weeks ago. I was in Nashville with the signing with Pete Rose in the Ville. So this is a guy that's friggin' played at a very, very high level. So I just think that he's protecting his brand and making sure that he just doesn't sign a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I've done some talking with his agent, as you know, out there, and might be. It looks like that he might be coming along with us on our Thanksgiving and Christian venture.
Wow.
We're going to be showing up to the Children's Hospital, both for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and blessing the children there.
It's awesome.
Presents, and
Actually, you
we
come
hope
with
you're
us.
able to come along if you're
you
able
got
to. I
that
know you're
time?
close by there, so you're not tied up with your family and stuff. If you're able to make it with us.
Yeah. Well, we got to go through these because I have a 1 o'clock and it's in Hanford, so I'm like pushing.
All right, we'll run through these. Yeah, I'm off opening right now. Anything? I saw the Larry Bird. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Still a base, but
Donovan Mitchell and Kuzma.
Kuz. I don't know. We haven't got the granddaddy. Haven't gotten our boy yet. But we got number 2 pick, Jeff Barrett.
Sidehill.
He's gonna have a heck of a guy. That guy's gonna play well for New York. They're rebuilding in New York, so that might be a good card.
Donovan Mitchell. Another one.
Donovan
Mitch.
Mitch, yeah, he can make it happen. He fills up that rim. So go ahead and see the big baller. Big baller. How do they find these cards? If they wanted to, how would if they seen a card in here that we've been reading off? What if they wanted to get it? What
come here to 2235 West Whittendale, Passaic, California, 93277. It's up under the counter for sale. None of these do we try. If you looked on the prior shows where we've done the differences of the pictures and what the prices are, we don't try to gouge anybody. We're going to save these 2 boxes for the next show, and we're going to go ahead and put these aside. And Lorenzo's got to get about his way. He has some other prior engagements, but
We'll do it again.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
definitely
ask
do it
you a couple things for us real quick if you wouldn't
Yes,
mind.
absolutely.
The football that's in front of you, that's personal for me. I'm gonna put this back there. I don't want to.
Don't.
I'm not doing it to you at the camera. And would you do me a favor? Sign this truck, this right here, to lunch truck from Lorenzo Neal.
Yep, let's get it.
It's his birthday today.
Now, this football that you see here, that Lorenzo signed, we're going to be sending this ball out to grading to JSA or to PSA and getting it authenticated. And then we're going to send this with a couple other items we're going to get Lorenzo to sign for us out to auction, because I'm pretty damn sure he's going to hit the Pro Bowl. And this is stuff you guys would like to have. Well, the Pro Bowl's Hall of Fame, sorry.
Yeah.
Said Pro Bowl. I'm sitting here reading the side of that right now. I'm pretty sure he's going to reach the Hall of Fame. I don't have any doubt in my mind whatsoever. If he didn't induct him to a Hall of Fame, it would be a facility lacking somebody that deserves to be there beyond anybody else. Right next to Walter Payton. Right next
Anywhere you
to
want on this one? This for my boy?
any of the high-ups.
Does that complete your Fresno State alum?
No, this is just the beginning. Actually, we're gonna go to a bigger helmet because we're not gonna be able to fit all the names on there.
This thing gets rolling. We got to get Derek Carr down here. He comes down to Valley. Get him in here to the
Yeah,
big baller.
do it.
Bring him on the show. Get him situated here. It'd be awesome.
You can pick
You wanna,
whatever color you want.
I had a flashback last week about you. I was sitting in my car waiting to open up my Kirby office there in Fresno. And I was sitting there thinking about you. I had my eyes closed. It was right after I had heard on the radio that you got nominated for the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember where the heck we were. I think it was Madera. We went out to the wrestling tournament. That was when, remember I was wrestling varsity with you
Right.
guys. And you had picked that sucker up off his feet, carried him around the mat like this in a circle and slammed him like a loaf of bread. Boom! On the ground. I'll never forget it. His head about popped out of his socket.
I got lucky. a couple times here and there. And Dale, this place looks
I know
great.
you gotta
You're
go.
the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll call
Be
you.
sure to hit Buck
Say
Baller.
bye, say bye,
Boom.
Biddy.
From Lorenzo Neal,
Boom.
Dale Ball, and
Right
Dale
here.
Perez.
Hey, take
God
care.
bless you and thank you for joining in.
See you later.